Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to talk about this story. Everybody named Mama been sending me this story. It's about a 26-year-old pregnant woman. Her name is Michelle Wilkins, and this takes place in Colorado. Now, we've never had a Colorado story until literally these last two stories, so this is kind of severe, so we might have to give Colorado a name, but you know, we'll play it by ear. So what went down is that basically Michelle had responded to a Craigslist ad. Michelle was 7 months pregnant, and this ad said that they were, giving away maternity clothes and things like that. And so Michelle decided to go to the house of this woman to go get the clothes from her. And when she got there, the woman attacked her and literally cut her stomach open and took her baby out. When I tell you Michelle is such a strong woman, to hear her on the 911 tapes literally had me in tears. This woman was holding on for dear life and she was bleeding to death. She was able to describe the attack, everything, the way it went down. This whole situation is just heart-wrenching. I want you guys to go ahead and check out these news clips, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my
woman stabbed, the suspect removing her unborn child.
The victim, we are learning, may have been lured to the crime scene because of a Craigslist posting. Justin Joseph just got an update from investigators. Justin, what can you tell us?
Well, Deb, firstly, we should say the rain has just started to fall out here in Longmont, and it's going to be a very long night for investigators, many of whom just showed up here at the crime scene. If you look over my shoulder here, you can see to the left here the command post that pulled up not too long ago. Just beyond that, that's the crime scene investigation unit. It's got the big word police on the side of it. The house itself is sort of inset in those trees that you see that are all lit up. The house is surrounded by crime scene tape, and investigators just showed up here and got their search warrant about 30 minutes ago. They are now inside processing the crime scene. The investigators have just told us that they have arrested a 34-year-old woman for the charges of attempted first-degree murder, first-degree assault, and child abuse resulting in death.
Nothing usually goes on like this.
The Longmont Police Department stands guard in front of a rental home where police say an expectant mother came to buy baby's clothes she saw on Craigslist.
The lady over here stabbed her, cut her baby out. Then the girl here called 911, got transported, nope, didn't know each other.
What happened next horrified shocked neighbors.
Actually pretty terrified about that happening in my neighborhood. I've got 3 kids of my own. Probably would have liked to hear something about that, knowing that it was just behind my house.
Police say the suspect left this home after she assaulted the mother and removed her baby, and she then drove to the hospital claiming she had a miscarriage.
Reported the female stating to our call tape that she's been cut by another female.
Police plan to enter the home as soon as they obtained a search warrant. They say it's one of the most difficult cases they've ever seen.
It's craziness.
And of course, the question everyone out here is asking is, how is this mother doing? We are told tonight that she is expected to survive. Police tell us that they intubated her at the hospital just about an hour ago. But before that happened, they were able to get some details from her. I can tell you here, neighbors in this community are breathing a sigh of relief. Very difficult story for them to hear about. Reporting live in Longmont, Justin Joseph, Fox 31.
911 call is horrific and remarkable.
She cut me.
Who cut you?
Downstairs. I don't know.
In this home, a 26-year-old woman lies beaten, stabbed, and bleeding. Despite shock and unimaginable suffering, she finds the strength to make the call that will save her life and lead to her attacker.
What did she cut you with?
A knife. I'm pregnant. She got me on my stomach.
Police arrive in minutes and only then learn the horror she's been through. According to authorities, the woman, who they're not identifying, was 7 months pregnant and responding to an online ad.
She was shopping on Craigslist, and she came to this house to pick up some baby clothes.
Once there, police say 34-year-old Dynell Lane brutally assaulted the mother-to-be, then cut the unborn child from her abdomen. The victim was taken to the local hospital, the same hospital where the suspect arrived with the fetus, claiming she had miscarried. It didn't take long for doctors and authorities to put 2 and 2 together, but the premature infant was already dead. The tragedy is just the latest in a string of recent Craigslist-connected crimes. The company reports close to 80 million ads on its website every month, and most of the transactions go smoothly. But earlier this year, a suburban Atlanta couple went to buy their dream car, a 1966 Mustang they had found on Craigslist. But there was no car. Instead, a South Georgia man has been charged with the couple's murders. In February, a college student from Atlanta thought he had found the iPhone he wanted on Craigslist. When he replied to the ad, he was robbed, shot, and killed. Crimes like these and other close calls motivated the Woodstock Police Department outside Atlanta to offer their parking lot, even their lobby, as a neutral and safe site for buyers and sellers to meet.
A vigilant community is a safe community.
Craigslist itself cautions customers about the potential pitfalls of online selling, offering a link to safety tips on each posting.
You guys just watched the news clip. So the woman who attacked her, her name is Danelle Lane. And from what I'm hearing, Danelle had a boyfriend or her husband, something like that. And she had been lying to a lot of her friends, you know, saying that she was pregnant. And after she had cut this baby out, she ended up running down to the hospital, lying and saying that she just had the child and, you know, that the child wasn't breathing and she was really, really concerned. This baby ends up dying. They end up checking her out and they can tell right away she has not had a child. She had not just given birth. And then shortly after, they brought in Michelle Watkins to the same hospital. So this whole situation is sad. When I tell you there are some evil, demonic ass people out here, and this is not the first time that we've heard of this happening. This has happened a few times over the years. I remember I was watching the ID channel one day and they were talking about how this woman had pretended to be pregnant. She had a fake baby bump and everything. She had went to a gift registry and kind of basically took a name of somebody whose name was similar to her, ran all this game about how, you know, somebody had sent her the wrong gifts and she wanted the girl to come to the house and come pick up her gifts. Long story short, the woman comes there to go get her baby shower gifts and this lunatic attacks her and they are literally fighting. They are fighting for dear life. Well, the real pregnant lady ends up stabbing the fake pregnant lady and the fake pregnant lady ends up dying. So when the police get there, they have to figure out what happened. They arrested the real pregnant lady and then they found out that the fake pregnant lady was faking pregnancy. She had a scalpel. She was ready to take the baby out this woman's uterus. I mean, the whole situation is just sad. Now, while I understand it's unfortunate that some women out here cannot get pregnant or cannot have children themselves, this is not the way to go about it. You have no right to attack somebody, cut them open, and take their child. What kind of sick shit is that? All these kids out here need an adoption? All these kids out here wanting to be adopted, and you're going to the extremes of that. And they're saying that, you know, she lost a child back in 2002. The child was 19 months old. It had something to do with her psychological state. I'm so tired of all this psychological bullshit. Some people are just plain evil. I'm so tired of all this mental illness. I'm not saying that this bitch couldn't be mentally ill, but, you know, whatever happened to just plain being evil, that is some sick shit. To put up an ad on Craigslist, and y'all know I'm a big fan of Craigslist. I love Craigslist. My ass is always on damn Craigslist. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when I hear Craigslist stories because it makes me nervous as hell because I stay on Craigslist. But it's like you put up something on Craigslist, a pregnant woman responds to your ad, you know, looking for maternity clothes. In response, you attempt to kill her. You take her baby from her. Now her baby is dead. And they're saying that that baby was the first grandchild of this family. You know, so the whole situation is just heart-wrenching. I feel so bad for Michelle. My heart definitely goes out to her. You know what I'm saying? Being a mother myself, and you know, you're going through so much, especially when it's your first child. You're already nervous. You know, you go through a lot when you're pregnant with your first. You know, you're scared that you might miscarry, and then once you get to that safe point when you're like, you know, 6-7 months, then you're excited to see your baby, and then you're still nervous because you know the child could die from SIDS. So there's just all types of stuff that you're worrying about as a new mother, but you never, you know, have it in your mind that some crazy bitch could literally cut my baby out my stomach and try and claim my baby as her own. You know, this is just really, really sad. I'm glad that this woman was arrested. Colorado, I'm gonna need y'all to do the right thing. Y'all need to lock that crazy ass bitch up and throw away the damn key. I don't want to hear about a Danelle ever again in life. She needs to be sitting on death row somewhere because that is some sick ass shit that she did to this woman and to this innocent baby girl. Anyways, go ahead and leave a comment, you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation that's coming out of Colorado. Do you believe that some people can just be evil, and do you feel like society is now using mental illness for every single thing nowadays? Whatever happened to folks to just being plain evil? How come everything has to be mental illness? So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. All right, deuces.